So hello and welcome, and today we're going to build a Facebook Messenger bot powered by a PHP backend. So through the magic of video editing, I can show you what the bot is going to be able to do. So type hello, the bot responds hello yourself. Type, sorry, call me John. The bot will read my name, John, and respond to that. So call me baby. If you type cat, the bot will send us a GIF of a cat. If you type the other guy there, it's not a cat. If you type button, to send you a list of buttons you can click. If you type, it will show that little typing animation. So it's like you're talking to a user, to a real human being, right? No. And if you type info, it will send you the user's information. So first name, last name, and the user ID. So that's our bot. Let's go and make it. So let's get right to it. We're gonna go over to the Messenger platform website and just click start building. Now, if you're not logged into Facebook, you might need to log in and everything. I'm already logged in. What you want to do is go over here to the get started tutorial. So they have a tutorial, but it's for Node.js in JavaScript. We're gonna do it in PHP. So you need two things to build a bot. You need an app, a Facebook app, and a Facebook page. So we're gonna create a Facebook page right here. Just gonna launch that in a new tab. Now, depending on what you want your bot to be, choose the appropriate category. I'm just gonna choose a fictional character here. I'm gonna call my bot the bot. Get started, and my page has been created. So the next thing we need to do is create an app for our bot. So you go back here, Facebook app. Gonna create a new app. Click on add a new app. Gonna call our app dear bot. Email's already filled in. Choose the category which is most suitable to your app. There's actually apps for Messenger here. Let's do that. Create app ID. This will go off. There's a security check here to make sure you are not a robot yourself. Oh God, I can't read this. That takes a second. Mark Zuckerberg has to run some scripts. Right, so app has been created. We are taken to the app page. You can see app ID over here. So in order to create a messenger bot, what we need to do is right here, you need to generate a token. So you're gonna select, you need to select a page. So we're gonna select our dear bot page. So there's a warning here. Some of the permissions have not been approved. It's because your app is still in testing. While it's, you need to submit each and every bot to Facebook to approve. So once it's done, this will go away. So continue as yourself here. Okay. And your access token is generated. Right, so we are done with the Facebook side for now. We need to go into PHP and create our program, our bot. So go to your server folder. In my case, I'm using Uniserver. You could be using XAMPP or WAMP, but in that case, the instructions will be slightly different, but just apply the same principles. Or if you want to use Uniserver, check out my video on how to install Uniserver and also how to install Composer, which is another application we need to complete this this bot. So I'm going to launch Uniserver controller. Now the first thing we need to do is configure some things here in Uniserver. So I'm going to go over here to PHP configuration file. I'm going to set that to PHP development INI. So it's going to use the development settings, which means if there's any errors, you're going to throw the errors and show them to the user. So this is different from production. In production, you don't want to see the errors. But this is very helpful when you're developing. So we've done that. Next thing we need to do is enable curl. Need to go to edit basics and modules. Gonna go to PHP modules and gonna enable curl. Now in my case I had already enabled it, but yours should be unchecked. Just check that and close it. So curl is what goes out and does the HTTP request for us over the internet. So it's a required dependency for this application. The next thing we need to do is configure our local Apache server and PHP to be able to form secure SSL connections, because the way the Facebook platform messenger platform works is you need SSL, so you need HTTPS connections, and in order to do that your server has to be able to verify Facebook's SSL certificate. So by default it cannot do that. So what you need to do is download a file, and that file will contain the certificate authority certificates. Well, the details are not that important here, but it contains certificates, and then you point PHP to those certificates. So let's do that. I'm gonna take you over here. Now you can read up more in depth about the issue here. You need to download this file right here. I'm gonna put this link in the show notes. So right click, save link as. You need to save it somewhere on your machine. So in my case, I'm gonna save it in the Uniserver folder. I'm gonna create a new folder here. I'm gonna call it CA Cert. Right? Save it. Right? Create a folder there, then open that and save it in there. So just so it's easy to find. Then what you go back to your Uniserver here, go to PHP, edit selected configuration file. So we're gonna edit this file here. Edit selected configuration file. It opens up. You need to find the curl section, and you'll see there's this line that's commented out. So this needs to point to that file we just downloaded, and you need to uncomment it. So I'm just gonna uncomment it, and then here I need to put the path of our file. So in our case that's ca cert. I'm gonna copy that, cert.pem, right? I'm gonna put that in there, cert.pem, cert.pem. Right, so let me check that, looks correct. Save that. Now that should take care of that issue. So now we can go ahead and make our application. So go into the www folder. We're gonna create a new folder for our project. Open that. Then open up the command prompt. Easiest way, just type cmd. And now we are going to use Composer to pull down the dependency we need to make this application. So the bot building framework we're going to use is called Botman, and we're going to install it using Composer. Again, if you don't know what Composer is, it's best to check out our previous tutorial on how to install Composer. Enter there. That's going to go out over the internet and pull down the Botman framework into our application folder. It'll take a while, especially on slower connections. So as you can see, that download has completed now. If we go back to our folder here, we should see that the relevant libraries have been pulled down by Composer. So I'm going to create a new file here, which is going to be our application. Yep. Just going to edit that in Notepad++. Okay, so I'm going to head over to the Botman website here. There's a sample right there. I'm going to copy all of that, because why not? Paste it in here. Now a few things. This framework works for more than just Facebook Messenger. It works for a whole bunch of platforms. So you want to go to Facebook Messenger here, instructions. There's one more line you need to get for Facebook. Right here. Copy that and put it right after the bot creation. Right, so we need to get our tokens. our Facebook token, our app secret, and our verification token. So verification token is the easiest one. It's just a like a password that you can come up with yourself. So you're gonna enter this on Facebook as well, and it's sort of a verification that you're talking to Facebook and not to anyone else. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then just go randomly. Yeah, that should be enough. That should be it. So save that. Then we need the Facebook token and app secrets. And the access token we need is right here. Just select your page here, click there to copy token and paste it right into there. Save that. That looks good. Back to the platform. Go to the dashboard. You need the app secret now. Go to the app secret is right here. You need to show it here and enter your password. Oh no, you don't even need to enter your password. Just copy that. Now the app secret obviously should be secret, and I would keep the rest of these tokens secret as well, because otherwise other people could potentially impersonate your application. Right, so that's that, all configured. Let's just check that. So one more thing here, because we're using Composer, we need to add this line here that will use the autoloader to load our dependencies into our application. So forgot about that. Okay. So since this application is now running on our local machine, how do we allow Facebook to connect into our local development environment? For that, we're going to use a program called Ngrok, which sort of forms a tunnel between the public internet and our local development machine. So let's check that out. So this is Ngrok. You need to download this. There's no installation. You just download it and unpack the files. So I have it over here. It's a command line application, so you can't double click it. You need to go to the command line and then run the command ngrok http 80. So that's the most basic command. In a second here, you'll see it goes online, and then you should get a URL right here. Just give it a second. So once the ngrok is running and you have this URL, just gonna copy this URL right here. Copy. Gonna go to a web browser, and if we plug that URL into the browser, it should open our local development environment. Now, anyone who enters this URL at this moment will also be able to access our machine. But these URLs are only valid as long as this ngrok session is running. If you close this or you do Control C to quit, it will close it, and then you can run it again. You get a different URL. So that. So if you go to Dearbot, this is our application. I'm gonna copy that URL. See the Apache is running. We didn't get any obvious errors, so that's good. So we need to go back to Facebook and point this to our bot URL. Go back to the Facebook page here, back to Messenger, to the app page. Back to Messenger. You need to set up the webhooks. So I'm gonna go set up webhooks. Webhooks are basically where is Facebook going to send the messages that it receives from its users. So users going to be chatting on Facebook Messenger, sending our bot messages. Those messages are actually going to Facebook first, and then Facebook's going to forward those to us, and then we do what we need to do, and we contact Facebook again to reply to the user. So I'm going to put the URL there. Now remember, the verify token is the random string I created right here. I'm going to paste that. And you need to check which messages you want to receive from Facebook. So which type of messages. I'm gonna check everything here just since we're testing, but you can decide what you need. Now this will fail. Let me just try and verify and save. You get an error here. I just wanted to show If you put your mouse over here, you see what the error is. So in this case, HTTPS is required. So remember, we set up SSL and we need HTTPS. It will not work without HTTPS. So verify and save this time, and hopefully everything goes according to plan. So if it goes like that, it means it's working. So one more thing about Ngrok, if you go to the docs, Ngrok has the ability to inspect the traffic it receives. So here you can see all the requests coming in through Ngrok and the responses we are sending. So this one here is from Facebook. They're sending us this challenge and we are replying with the same challenge. So that's just the verification process. And they're also sending us this verify token, which the Botman framework will verify that it's correct. It's coming from Facebook. I'm gonna clear that so we have a clean. So let's take a look at our bot here. Everything seems to be set up. We need to select a page here, dear bot, and hit subscribe. So one important thing that has to be mentioned here, if you go over here to roles, you will see that I'm the only one who is included in any of these roles. So if you want to test your bot with any other person, you have to include them in one of these roles right here, administrator, developer, or tester. Because before your bot is approved by Facebook officially, no one from outside of these people can use the bot. So if you're testing with other people, make sure you add them there. Now that's that. So now we can go to Messenger. So I'm using the sort of web-based version of Messenger. Any Messenger will do on your phone, on your tablet. The one that's on Facebook.com. Gonna search for a bot here. Dear bot over here. So if we, I'm just gonna write test, send that. Go back to the Ngrok inspector. You'll see that we received a message test, right? That's a text. That's the send ID. That's my Facebook send user ID, I guess. Send ID. And you see, we didn't really reply anything. We just replied with a HTTP 200 status. Okay. So if we take a look at our bot, it says when the botman hears hello, you should reply with hello yourself. So let's do that. Gonna type hello here. We should get hello yourself back. Say hello yourself. Excellent. So we know our bot is working. Now Botman can do a few other things. So I'm gonna copy paste a few other lines here. So these are all, by the way, from the Botman website. In the documentation, you can find all of these. And those you need to include those use statement up here. Right. So that should be it. So what do we have here? Where we have this parameter-based function. So if you write call me and then you put your name, it should reply with your name is and your name, right? We have this image sending reply. So if I type cat, it will send me this GIF. And type, so you can simulate like a user is typing. So you know it feels like more like you're chatting to a person. Like there's a delay as the person is typing. So this is the number of seconds you want the little typing line to appear. You can send these buttons, as you'll see, and then depending on which button the user clicks, you can forward the user to different websites or perform different functions. And there's also this info function, info, what I call, I don't know what I call, a router or something. So if a user sends info, we're gonna send him his Facebook information. So we're gonna send his first name and last name, and we're gonna send the ID. Now there's no username on Facebook. On some other On some other chat platforms, there might be a username, but on Facebook, your real name is your username. So let's save that. I think everything is correct. Just go back to our bot and try a few of them out. So let's see. Call me someone. Okay. Call me John. Your name is John, right? So that's what we expect. Send cat. We should get a GIF back. GIF takes a little longer to appear, obviously. Then there's a GIF. Button. You see those little typing things here? Because you see the buttons have come up. Those typing things are appearing because there's in button there's a types and waits for 2 seconds. So if I try the type one now, should see that for 5 seconds. And then finally info. Should get back my Facebook information and my ID. So that's it. Enjoy your bot. Thank you.